A new season is almost upon us, and we've got a new rookie class now that the draft is done. So now that we know and we have answers, we know who lands where, let's talk about the position these players are in. Your top 5 rookies offensively in the best position to succeed.
Yeah, well, I'll take it a step further. The best position
to succeed.
Yeah, go figure.
Offensively.
Go figure. The running backs, again, back in the limelight here. And we're going to go with the
power running team, and both of those guys will factor in.
Think of the New York Giants in the early 2000s. That's exactly what you're going to see there down in Jacksonville in terms of approach.
Dan remembers that.
I was covering baseball back then.
No,
okay, a lifetime ago.
Just roaring. And let's not even talk about the fact that he's a punt and kickoff returner, too, if they need him to do that.
Well, and the Panthers had 44 receptions last year. He'll certainly help that, a league low, by the way, from these guys. Dan?
Sure. Yeah, the question is, when will Cam Newton be able to throw to him? Remember, he had shoulders.
Well, it's interesting because you don't have any quarterbacks on this list. And that's a different dilemma. So when you look at, say, let's go with the first quarterback off the board, Mitchell Trubisky. There's a lot of reasons he's in a challenging position. What jumps out at you the most?
Well, just the fact that, one, they rode. So these are guys who should come out of the gate, and you should see them making big plays and scoring a lot of touchdowns and maybe racking up some points on your fantasy football team.
Oh, is it a little fantasy football plug if you happen to like that kind of thing.
Which people do.
They sure do. It was supposed to be
he's the kind of guy who should come out the gates running.
And fall or not fall, he landed in a very good spot. And as you know, not where you start, but where you finish. So
absolutely,
he's in a good position for his rookie season. Number 3.
Yep, I'm going to go with Myles Garrett here to the Cleveland Browns. But that's not what always translates to success. He's going to the perfect coach, though.
Very, very, very. That was 3 very. 3 demanding varies.
A lot of varies.
That's a lot of varies.
I could have added one more.
A little bit of a philosophy shift here.
There you go. Look, why what? Well, watch anyway. But you heard it here first. Lewis has got it all squared away with these rookies in a very good position to have a good first year. I hope you'll come with us. We've got NFL Live coming up for another 60 minutes. I'm going to let Dan handle this. I'm taking off. I'll see you guys.
Leave me with this guy?
You got it. You're good.
You can
all right. The ability to be on the field every down. And so I think for me, just like safeties seem to affect games when I'm kissing up to them now. Yeah. Safeties, are able to affect the game more now, than maybe corners can. I think a similar thing for Khalil Mack in terms of, strip sacks, interceptions for scores. We've seen that.
I mean, look, you can't.
Pete, you're asking. You're asking for something that I can't do. I'm not that good on TV. I'm not that good on TV.
The general belief around the league too was that Gilbert was going to be was a safer pick.
All right. Here's the thing. We'll let you all get in on this one. You can see the columns here, and look, you could certainly make the argument that the second 8 is every bit as good, if not better, than the first 8. So harsh, but here's how we'll spin it. Is there a guy on here who maybe hasn't met expectation that still has a shot? When I say shot, who you think may actually turn it around later in their career?
Well, the guy that Lewis just called out, and Blake Bortles, you know what I mean? You look at a guy who's being benched, some guys become callous to, and I think that ends up being the key for him. If he can actually care about turning the ball over, he can keep his job and then maybe salvage his career.
I'm going to say 2 things about that guy. One, nope. But because of the fact that it's a supply and demand driven position, and you really would rather know you'd rather deal with what you know and then have total uncertainty and have no idea where you're going at quarterback. That's why they picked up his option. I'm convinced that's why they picked up his option.
Well, of course it is, but there was a debate over whether or not Bridgewater's was going to get picked up. He's coming off a dislocated knee, a torn ACL.
It's about the position.
Well, it is.
It's about the position.